Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's live stream. It's another late night for me. This is probably my latest yet. It's currently 10:30 where I am, but I see it's even later for some of you hopping in here. Lounge Brown, it's 3 in the morning where you are. That's that's crazy. You're definitely a night owl. Yeah, so tonight's a chill night, definitely. This was another one of those days where I was racking through my brain, like, oh, I got the live stream. What am I going to talk about? I don't know. But as I started just set everything up and wind down, I got my jasmine tea going. I wanted to just talk about my current truth, what I'm feeling right now. So the main thing that's on my mind are these live streams. This is day 17 now that I've been doing these. And even though that's a short period of time, I've been learning a lot and definitely a lot about myself. And this is, I challenged myself, to doing 100 days. And it's an arbitrary number, but that just sounded cool to me. I was like, oh, I'll do 100 days of live streams. But one thing I'm definitely feeling right now, as I said, it's day 17, is this is like that point where if you've ever tried to start something new or to challenge yourself to something, it's usually a couple weeks in when you start feeling like the pressure or where life is really asking you, are you really dedicated to this? Are you going to continue? Because 9 times out of 10, this is the point where, most of us, if we don't have a very strong why or a purpose, we end up just going back to whatever and just falling or going on to the next thing and letting whatever the goal was fall to the wayside. I think they say, statistically speaking, with like New Year's resolutions, most people, start off hard, join the gym, do all the things. And then, after a couple weeks or so, most people don't make it past the 2-week mark. So I am definitely feeling that. But what's great is as I allowed myself to feel that, I started to really question, what my purpose with this is, and to really question if my why was strong enough. Because when I started this, it was I thought to just challenge myself to be on camera, face my fear of being public. But then I quickly noticed as I've been doing this, so many other things coming up and things kind of shifting. I guess one of the things I didn't really take into account when starting this was the fact that I would actually have people watching, which sounds silly, but my brain just didn't go that far in. I was just like, oh yeah, I'll just do a live stream every day, But now that I've been doing it, it's been so cool to see that there's, a number of you that have been just totally dedicated, hopping on, showing love. And I did not see that coming, that there would be like regulars and like cool people to connect with through this. But so as I've been noticing that though, I've been noticing a part in me where, let's see how I would explain. So that part of me that it's like almost like the kid that's like, oh no, like if people are watching, then I need to do better, or like wanting to perform, or things like that. So it has been interesting as I've really been looking at my motive and purpose with doing these live streams. As I'm thinking about my why, I know a big one was, as I'm looking at it now, is I want to really share a lot of the experiences that I've had throughout the years. I had mentioned in previous videos how, back in 2012, I went through this big life shift, and I just started diving just really deep into all kinds of spiritual and metaphysical and just all kinds of things throughout the years, and which has been phenomenal. I've learned so much, and I have always had the desire though to share what I've learned with others in the hopes of inspiring others and uplifting others. And so that, I would say, is definitely my big why. With wanting to continue, I'm just needing to remind myself of that, to continue these, to be able to inspire and uplift others on their own journey, whatever it may be. And it's so funny as I think about the past years and my desire to create content and videos. And even though I have posted a number of videos, which is how many of you have found me, like I guess my two viral videos are my Ormus videos and my Moldavite videos. So most people, yeah, anyone here, most people have found me through one of those two. And so those videos, though, if you even look at the dates, they're very sporadic when I actually uploaded them. Like, it was like I would challenge myself, I would get in front of the camera, I'd do a video, and then, you know, year or two would go by before I'd ever turn the camera on again. Actually, I guess that's not totally true. It's not that I would never turn the camera on again. One of the things I also have been looking at is the different barriers that I had with actually putting content on my YouTube channel. And there's been a number of them. Even though, like, I have my degree in filmmaking, I'm no stranger to the camera. I can run a camera in full manual. I can edit like the best of them. I have, I guess, the practical skills in that regard. But some of the barriers that I have dealt with were, I would say, I think a lot of it was internal, a lot of the internal barriers that I had to deal with. So I honestly cannot count the amount of videos that I've actually recorded and started to edit, and then they've never seen the light of day because I would let the critical part of my brain just overrule it and be like, this sucks, you suck, and just saying all these negative things, and then just totally cringe at myself, and then I don't even post it. Which that's not productive, and that's not, maybe those videos were bad, but there's something to be said about actually putting yourself out there, getting experience, and actually practicing and building from there. But I unfortunately in the past allowed those negative thoughts to stop me from even trying, or obviously I had fits and starts. I did post a few videos, so I don't want to totally discount myself, but from putting myself as fully, just because like my desire to build up my YouTube channel goes back far. Like my very first YouTube video, it's no longer listed. I delisted it, but like I started on YouTube like in 2007, January 2007. I actually recently looked because I have it unlisted, so I still have the videos in my account. So yeah, January 2007 was my very first video. At that time, there were a lot of people who didn't even know what YouTube was. Like I remember I was still in the Navy at that time. So I remember like talking to my buddies like, oh yeah, I posted this video on YouTube. So I think at that time, my only views were from like my buddies in the Navy. But yeah, but through the years, I always had this desire, but I never actually allowed myself to fully go through it. It was always just this wish, you know, like, yeah, one day I'll do it. But, you know, like I said, post a video here and there, but I would never fully commit to doing it on a regular basis. So what I have been enjoying so far with these live streams is that it's been forcing me, in a sense. Obviously, no one's forcing me to do this, but I do like the fact that it's like turn the camera on, I'm here, it's live. Whatever I say is what's being said, mistakes and all, and then it's uploaded, right? So there's no way for it to get snagged in the process of, you know, between being filmed or edited or, you know, all the other barriers that I had. Like this is like, it's being done, and that's that. Yeah, because there were so many other different barriers too, like another one that I like, at least with these live streams, like I've been just rocking I jokingly call my Alicia Keys look. Like I'm not doing makeup, like I have nothing against makeup. I definitely wear makeup when I go out and for special occasions, but for an everyday basis, there was no way that was gonna be a barrier, in which I think that has actually been a barrier in the past where I would want to film a video, but I'm like, I don't feel like painting my face, and then I would never even film. So this, again, has helped me to get over that barrier. Although I did have to have a friend help me, pep talk me through that, because I remember like texting, I was just like, especially when I switched over to this HD camera, because I was fine not wearing makeup when everything was really blurry, because I was just using like the webcam on my laptop. So I was like, cool. You know, no one can see any details anyways. But then when I switched to HD, I remember texting my friend, I'm like, I don't know about this. But she was all like, no, you're fine. You look good. I was like, okay. But yeah, so this has definitely been helping me to get through all my different insecurities, most definitely. But I have been enjoying, though, like I said, the feedback that I've been getting, and that it just has allowed me to get over some different topics that I want to talk about, like the combo stream that I did. Like, I had been wanting to talk about that experience, or, you know, film the experience that I had for years. Like, I did that back in 2016, but I never actually did it. But then now that I did the live stream, that video's done. And there were mistakes in that video too, that stream, because that was when I first used this software. So like there was a whole glitch in the middle. But you know what? It happened, it's done. I got some nice comments on that, and all is well. And so that's definitely one of the things I've been learning with these live streams. It's like, you just gotta go with it. Like, life goes on, just go with the flow, mistakes and all. But it's been enjoyable. So I guess another thing I have been thinking about, though, as I'm continuing this challenge, is trying to figure out what my, I guess, micro goals will be, because that was one of the things, if you watched, you know, my video on like the power of 100 days, I think is a key element to sticking to something long term, is having micro goals or wins, little wins, just something to keep you going, to where it's like, okay. Because again, I guess the best example I have is when I was learning the skateboard. Like, that was easy for me to have micro goals, because every new trick was something new, like any maneuver. So it's like, it was easy to just stack up, like, okay, now I can turn this way. Now let me try to learn how to turn the other way. And so that was easier. Where with this, I'm finding it a little bit more, I guess, challenging to figure out where those goals will be, especially since I know that as far as metrics go, I can't really look at those. So as far as like having goals like, oh, a certain amount of subscribers or things like that I can't look at. Because actually, if I'm being honest, it's been funny to see, as I've been posting every day, I've actually been, I guess, losing subscribers, which I knew was coming. This is like a normal thing, because even, let's say, the sporadic videos that I posted in the past, usually when I post a new video, that's when people who forgot they were subscribed, they're like, oh yeah, no, I have no desire to follow this content anymore, and then they unsubscribe. So I was thoroughly prepared that there'd be a lot of unsubscribes as I did this daily, but it's just been slightly disheartening to actually see it, though. So anyway, so I know that that's not a metric for me to use for my micro goals. So I know a lot of it will have to be internal things on my part. So that's still something I guess I'm processing. Like, I'm wanting to be more professional. I want to be able to be a better storyteller. I want to be able to, you know, communicate more clearly. So my goal now is to figure out the best ways to, I guess, measure that for myself, so I can actually have something measurable. Yeah, so those are just my thoughts. I just wanted to share as I was getting ready for this live stream. It's definitely been, yeah, interesting, as like I said, just been feeling this pressure, and it's just like, oh no, I have to have something to talk about. Like, I'm doing this. But I'm happy that I did it, because my mind came up with a million reasons not to film tonight. Like, and they were all good reasons. Like, all of you would have been for me. You would have been like, yeah, totally, that is a good one. They were all good excuses. But at the end of the day, they were excuses, because here I am. I came, and I am talking, and I made it happen, and I'm very happy that I did. My goal is still to be more prepared in the future with actual topics of content that I want to share, you know, from the heart, something meaningful and of value, you know, so I'm not wasting people's time. I don't definitely want to do that, especially now. Like I said, I got all you regulars out here. It's like, oh, I don't want to do you wrong. I want to actually offer something that is of service to you. So, yeah, so I guess that's that. Of course, if you can, thumbs up is always nice, because that's a little bit measurable and feels good, and they're free to give. And of course, comments are appreciated. Let me know any questions you have, and yeah, and anything that you're working with, what are your current goals that you're working on? Let me know. I love chatting with you all. So let me go ahead and hop in this chat now that we're here. So we got Lounge Brown in the house. Let's see what we do. 333. See, that's so crazy in the UK. Love it. Let's see who else we got. We got Astrid Crescent. See, I love it. I love that I see you guys. Like, I'm recognizing everyone's name now, and this has been so cool. We got 8-Win Eagle. Hello, hello from Minnesota. Minnesota. So horrible, I know. And of course, VAP. Hey! Hello, hello. And Lounge Brown, you don't need makeup. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, that encouraged me. It was a barrier, like I said, because makeup, you know, obviously makeup is good. I always call it like Photoshop in real life. It's amazing the transformation that can happen, but it's just so much work, especially washing that stuff off, man. Like, I love it, but it's like, oh. So on a day-to-day basis, I like to let my skin breathe. But all right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate the love and the support. You have all been so great, and again, like I said, send me your questions, any ideas, let me know. But I definitely plan to step up my game and to come up with, you know, valuable content to share with you all. And yeah, so with that, have a good one.